last video was like 20 minutes long, but it was basically a tutorial, and then when I went to go watch it to make sure it was right, the whole thing was off sync. It was terrible. The audio was like, no, something was wrong. It was 40 minutes long, but it only went up to 20. Well, I guess what the problem was, I don't know what the problem was, but anyway, it's about time I made an MMD tutorial. I'm going to skip all the nonsense I did in the other tutorial and just get right to it. MMD is self-explanatory. You load the model and you move its bones. MMD is pose by pose, and every pose, well, no, not every pose. I mean, every 30 frames is a second, so from here to here, that's a second. From there, let's just do that. That's a second. And so, moving the bones is basically, you can use this rotate tool, but I don't like it as much as I like this because it's more along the axis of the bones. And then there's a little problem here. Make sure this doesn't say global, because that global will move it along this green line, the red line, and the blue line, the z-axis, the x-axis, and the y-axis. And it'll move in correspondence to this green, these three lines here, and not in accordance to the model's bones, so it'll mess up. Like, see, if you wanted to rotate the arm along the bone z-axis and you move that, it'll go like that, which is pretty messed up. Global, local, there's a difference. Use local. Local, I mean, I'm not Spanish. Okay, I don't like this tool. Anyway, I already made a kicking motion data, and I recorded that. Well, I saved that, I mean. It's like that. I think it's totally epic. But basically what I did was pose 1, I moved the bones, and I used poses here. Poses you can load by going to File, Load Pose Data, and clicking any of these. Well, I mean, there's only 4 when you start with the program. I don't know what they say, but they're in Japanese and I renamed them. I call them R1, R1.5, L1, L1.5, and of course I made a few of my own. Like a more natural kind of hand pose as accordance to that. But anyway, what I did, pose by pose, I put this up like this tie, because I turn physics on, and sometimes if I don't pull her tie up in the first frame, then her tail will get stuck in her skirt, and everything will glitch in the video will look horrible. That's why I did that. Next pose, this is easing, going backwards a little more, finally kicking with a big burst of energy there, 10 frames. Ease, down, ease, ease. Usually I do only one easing, but I guess when you're using the laws of physics, you do more easing. This one I think is really realistic, and I like it, so I might release the motion data if it's asked for. If one person asks for it, I'm putting the link. But that is the motion data I made in the last tutorial. It is Nisha kicking Velo in the face, because that's what she does. But that's basically all there is to MMD. You take the model, you make poses with the bones there. It's really simple, actually. It looks very hard if you start it up, and then it's all new to you. You see, you load models right here, you delete them there, display. I don't know what add SYN is, but it's pretty creepy and makes the model ghost-like. But if you want to make ghost-like, just go to PMD editor and edit it. Like, I made a ghost of Melodrome. Hold on. This. It's easier than turning on character transparent mode, because then you can make a ghost and a human. I'm not going to explain how to make ghosts, not until later. If it's heavily requested, I will, but otherwise, forget it. It's very easy to do, actually, just screw around in PMD editor. But I'll let you know that it is coloring, and you have to change the numbers from, I guess, 0 to 1 in the box will change the transparency. One of the boxes, I think it's the box at the top, on the right, you change it from anything from 0 to 1, 0.5, 0.4, and it'll change the transparency. See, I didn't even need to open PMD editor to tell you that. But yes, this is all there is to it. You can let's do facial expressions now. I didn't add a facial to this motion data. So I suppose at first you would start, I guess not, I won't add facial expressions, I'm so bored. Instead I'll play around with them. Oh hey, I've never actually tried setting all of the facial expressions on. I've never actually tried it myself. I've seen videos of it, it's super creepy. Turning all the facial expressions on, already her face is melting, this is scaring me. I wasn't gonna sleep tonight anyway because Uboa popped up while I was playing what's it called? Yumeniki Dream Diary. I finally got Uboa and you should have seen my face. This is incredibly scary. That's not as scary as Uboa, but I beat Yumeniki Dream Diary. And then while I was bored, I went to Mars and I saw Masada, who is super cute. I love his eyes. My new favorite character. See, I'm not doing anything anymore. You could have just stopped watching a long time. Actually, you can stop watching right now if you want, because now I'm just messing with things. I don't think I'm going to do any more explaining. Okay, I'm not going to bother with the eyebrows. They're right there. Hello, Nish, you freaky bitch. Okay. That is all there is to it. I will release this motion data. I guess you could cancel out the E's. It's such a long E's in the beginning. Yeah, the first person who asks for this motion data will basically release it for everyone. You don't have to thank that person, I mean, if you would have asked anyway, it would have been put up. Basically, I don't want to put it up if no one wants it, so I gotta make sure at least one person wants it. That is all there is to it. See, my last video was 20 minutes and this one's probably like 10. Probably not even. That's all there is to it. I don't know how many times I've said that. Count for me, someone. Someone count for me how many times I've said. That's all there is to it, including that time. But yes, I'm done now. Nishi, stop kicking, stop fan servicing, stop whatever you're doing. Because I'm done.